Hey friends, it's me, Erin, your friendly neighborhood energy alchemist with today's Schumann resonance report for Saturday, November the 1st. Boy, I'm struggling with remember today and Saturday. First of all, I hope everyone had a safe and happy Halloween. I had an amazing time. I was a guest reader out at a place called Meg's Den here in McHenry, Illinois. I had an amazing time. I had met some incredible people. Wonder Deb, I'm looking at you. And Rin, I'm looking at you too. These two friends that came out to meet me, plus everyone at the bar, David, everybody. It was an amazing experience and I had such a great time. So thank you for that. So here we are looking at our graph and look at this. We have some big energy starting to come in, but it actually started last night. Here is a closer look at the graph. This energy started at about midnight Central Time, almost exactly at midnight. And we get this sort of warm up, like going. Here it is. We have all this energy coming in. This started at about 6 a.m., this big spike here, Central Time, so that was about 2 hours ago for me. I did wake up when this came in, but I'm going to be honest with you, I was so tired. I was like, not today, friend. Here is our Italian graph. We have a little bit of the grumbles running across the bottom here. Nothing too intense, at least right now, but these are those triggers that come up in your day, the things that you need to address and let go of so that you can move forward. These are a little bit rumbly down here today. Again, nothing that I expect to be too overwhelming. The headline right now is the big white energy that's coming in. And here is our GCP. We have this lovely purple color again. This is like the eerie calm before a storm. It doesn't mean the storm's going to be bad. It just means there's a strange quiet in the energy around us and the coherence of the collective energy. This quiet is not necessarily normal. Usually there's a lot of movement. So this is that sort of calm before a storm. And again, not saying it's going to be a bad storm, but there's movement in the energy that's predicting something's going to happen, good or bad. So last night I had a pretty incredible dream where I was having a conversation with the man with the white beard, and I was sitting at a table and he was literally showing me a map, and I don't remember what the map was of, but he was saying that there are pathways that are being opened. But in order to access these pathways, because we've never been there before, we have to push past the limitations that we've given ourselves. And he specifically said in the next few weeks, as things really start to change energetically for us. So whatever the trigger moment was, whatever the doorway that opened was, it's already happened. And now what he's saying is that it's time to put our money where our mouth is. To stop saying we're going to work on all these triggers and actually work on these triggers. And this is something I literally saw play out in my life last night. I had something happen twice yesterday during the day and once last night, and I had a big reaction to it. I admit I had a big reaction. But driving home from Meg's last night, I was really processing things and I'm thinking, and I realized, wow, these all have the same common denominator, these triggers, and I can see what it is. And that moment was incredibly empowering because in that moment, I realized I have control over this. It doesn't have control over me. I can make choices that are different rather than feeling like I'm at the mercy of whatever this is. Can be a feeling like you always have bad luck or you're never good enough or whatever it is. Whatever that feeling is, you have control over that. You have the power to get past it, but you have to make the conscious choice to find a way to deal with it. It's not about pushing it away and pretending it's not there. It's about finding out why it's there and then disassembling the components that put it there. That's not easy and it takes time. You have to be patient with yourself when you're working on this stuff, friends. And listen, I'm going to tell you guys that these cards with what I received from the man in the white beard, this feels like a pretty serious reading. So let's pay attention to this one. My guides are saying the doorway for spiritual growth is wide open, but in order to get there, you are going to have to walk through all of those things that have held you where you are, including yourself. This is going to require some self-focus, but when you do this, you can finally see the world through the lenses that you were designed to see them through, giving yourself a sense of renewal, allowing your root chakra to finally expand enough to hold up the weight of the communication with your third eye and teaching you that you can absolutely do this yourself. Again, the doorway is in front of you, but you have to deal with the crap that's been holding you where you are. This requires self-focus, but when you focus on yourself, you allow yourself to see the world through the rose-colored glasses you came here to see it with. This also leads to a sense of renewal and expansion in your root, giving you the base, the strength in your root to hold up a strong third eye. And this is also to remind you that you are perfectly capable of doing this on your own. You just have to be willing to deal with it and actually do it. Ooh, it's a bit chilly here this morning, but I think the sun's trying its best to break through the clouds this morning. Ooh, it's November. Can you believe it's November? All right, let's get ready for our day together. Let's do it. All right, friends, take a nice big deep breath in all the way down to your toes and release. Drop your shoulders and just remind yourself that today is the first day of the rest of your life. And sometimes you have to make choices today that were uncomfortable yesterday, but that they're going to give you the steps forward that you need. You're the one drawing the map. You don't get to be mad at anybody else if you get lost on your journey. You literally drew the map. But the good news is you can redraw the map anytime you want to. You just have to do it consciously by making choices that make sense for you. We have to stop giving so much power to someone to validate our feelings. Why do we let them steal our joy in a moment just because they can't feel the same joy we do? That doesn't make the joy we feel any less valid. So stop it. Remember that today, it is an amazing day. It's a great day.